Oh boy. It's Friday. Well, it's actually Saturday, whatever. 12:17 a.m. It's getting smoky in here. God, it's ridiculous that I live my life this way, actually. Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth. Yeah. I actually have uses for being this way, but you know, and everybody's got a butt, not just an ass, but a butt. You know. I just have to be me. That's a fact. And I kind of know what I'm capable of. You know, I stop there, but you know, I'm constantly. I got the flow around me, my own flow, and yeah, I've seen a lot of stopping oneself, as well as, oops, you can't come in here, or you're not qualified to do that, or whatever. A lot of things you really do need to be qualified to do. Hands started to shake, so I stopped doing surgery, you know, type thing. Yeah. But you know, there's a lot. We humans, we do an incredible amount of things. And the personality behind them, you know, usually it's half and half. Yeah, I can't even really get into that in detail because I don't know for sure, and even if I tried to get into it in detail, it would take way too long. Gonna move on to Sugar Ray, not the boxer. I'm sure he was named after the boxer. I might be wrong, actually. He's more than welcome to let me know if he actually does watch this particular video. But he's trying again to get a talk show rolling. And he put out there, I need a whole bunch of people to know what they're doing. Anybody can help. We've been talking for years, so, you know, I kind of chimed in, you know. I do what I do, it might be useful. He's got a really incredible personality, at least what I get through text, you know, we never actually talked or met. And pictures worth 1,000 words. I actually watched one of his videos when he was just basically getting out of hell. The energy it takes to text is one thing. I mean, I got Wesley Johnson, who also does a lot of that. Wesley's just different. You know, Wesley's got his own focus and his own sight beyond the sight from the mountain that he receives. And so do I, of course. Wouldn't surprise me if Wesley might, well, I doubt he'd even think about it. She might. But Sugar Ray is pretty much determined that he's gonna, you know, and I'm more than happy to try and help. Yeah, I jump around a lot. I mean, a picture worth 1,000 words. What's a vision? I mean, you know, I gotta try and describe what I see in a flash of a second in a few words. Yeah, that's tough. So basically I said a lot of things, but I'm going to use these. If you want to be successful, and others have already done it in terms of being a talk show host, I would suggest, of course, Oprah, but not what she does, but how she did it. Then we go to Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth, because Sugar Ray is telling me I ain't going to have a studio audience to feed off of. Not that he even knows how, but I'm pretty sure he does. He just doesn't know how to ride the bike really good just yet. But if you don't got a studio audience, you need others to let you know what's going on. Did you do a good job? Was it interesting? And the person who's doing that actually should be somebody who's been watching Talking Heads for his or her entire life. I dig Talking Heads. It's what I am. So in order to be me, I watched a hell of a lot of them. And they wouldn't be on the TV if they weren't relatively successful now. You know, I got tons of knowledge that I didn't pay for, therefore I can't get paid for knowing it, according to the system as it is at the moment. And you still gotta prove something. I mean, you know, nobody's gonna pay you to just show up. Well, sometimes they do, but very rarely. In the entirety of the body Earth and human civilizations that make up the human thing, shall we call it. And Jeff Brops had a 10-year run, and he was shocked it was over. What happened? It's over, dude. You know, those people moved on, and well, actually the new guys moved in. Advertisers always want the freshest stuff. They need that to continue with the evolution of whatever they're doing, and that's nature itself. It's amazing, actually, when somebody can be so... Well, you can't, Oprah did it for way longer than anybody else. But, Charlie Rose, I watched him for a decade on Third Shift. And before and after. I still can sit down and watch him. You know, I actually got to see the episode or interview where he talked about how he had had a heart attack on a plane in the Far East, and somebody on the plane actually was able to save his life. Yeah, he's pretty damn grateful and shocked. You know, the Middle East ain't supposed to have that stuff. At least I guess the people in the air might have some talents. You never know, right? He was never as popular as Oprah or anything like that, but he had his bread and butter niche, and I watched him. And I probably, like I said, I still would. There's no audience, there's no fancy nothing. It's just two people at a table talking. And he knows a lot. And as a talk show host, if Sugar Ray ever watches this one, and I'm gonna tell him a whole lot of shit tomorrow, you know. As long as he's listening, and I told him, you know, time wizard here, not so many words, lots more of them. If you don't ask questions, I don't got answers. If you do ask questions, I probably do. And, you know, he's like, but you don't always make sense. I'll try. You know. Like I just said, picture's worth 1,000 words. A vision, a movie is worth a lot more, and I gotta try and put it all into a very small space. Yeah, that means you're gonna have to interpret some of it. I know what I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, so, you know, if there's money in it, you know, hopefully he'll send some my way. But nonetheless, I just think it's gonna be fun. He really wants to do it, and if he's asking me questions, I'll tell him what I know, and I know a lot. And we'll see whether or not we can get this guy successful. He's got an awesome personality. Again, the best I can tell from text, because I only have one video I saw. I can say from that one video, young black man, very determined, and just very determined, full of energy. I didn't get much else out of that except I came from hell and I'm going to do better. I could say the same thing, right? P. Sure. Close the window a little bit. Turn up the heat. It's still winter. Damn cold out there. Bobby Cool asked me the other day, how's my boy doing? How's your boy doing, White Hawk? That'd be Barack. Well, hell, I don't know. I don't watch politics that much. I'm sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Didn't tell him that, though. I just kind of walked away and moved on. Today, he had one on some Secret Service agent decided, rightfully, probably, there's so much corruption here, I can't be part of it. And he could afford to, and that is, you know, trying to blame it on the current president. This did not happen in nobody's term. You know, they all get caught up in it once they get there. Whether or not Barack knew anything about what he's talking about, I just said, you know, it's been around. It's going to be around, so I'm sure of it. Last night on the news, talking about Chris Christie's administration, according to the facts that have been filtered out. Yeah, organizations do this. That's so surprising. I'm not getting into what went on. I don't have time for that. But yeah, they do that. And it is, you know, we're usually so busy just being able to do what we do just to have a place to live, you don't have time to notice. Yeah, but they argue among themselves, just like to who gets to control all that stuff. You betcha. Goa'uld is Stargate. They have many names. Yeah, a drunk person talking, I suppose it makes sense, right? I try. I really do. I make a whole lot less sense if I'm tripping. Yeah, no, I tell you what, I do know what I sound like when I'm tripping. Talk about far out and jumping around a lot. Yeah. Oftentimes I'm just talking to God. You sure, Dad? For real? Yeah, right? Oh, come on now. Type stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, see if we can see what I can do to help the dude be successful. I talk a lot of stuff. Many people watching White Hawk, you know. I don't need the wrong people watching me because I like my life. I'd like to leave the legacy I can. You know, when I'm dead, they can pick it apart all they want. Oh, that's politics too. An example: you did the best you could of what you knew at the moment, and you can't take time to analyze it. Then you gotta act. Afterwards, they will pick you apart. You should have